Good morning, traders. Welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris Forsick from Elite Currency. We're going to take a look at the first 2 days of trading in this week. First of all, very quickly though, I wanted to let you know about our sponsorship offers that you can find by going to providers and then sponsorships. And specifically, MonFX has a great offer with ECS Live 6 months that they're offering to you. So check it out, and other broker offers as well. All right, euro dollar, two variants here at this moment. We are getting a bullish breakout, but the current pullback, the bearish pullback, is very, very strong. Look at that fall. So, first the reaction, of course, is, oh, it's breaking, pullback, and continuation. So that is one variant, one option. But the current price action is really, really strong. So I would definitely need to see some price action on the 1 hour chart to confirm that price is actually respecting any of these fibs. Now, currently the deep fibs, 78 and 88.6 fib. Let's see if we get a turn there. But based on current price action, it doesn't look likely to me. I would definitely need to see at least 3 bullish candles before I would even think about it. But maybe even more importantly is maybe even a bounce, a pullback, a higher low before trading it to the upside here. And then we have more confirmation that this is a break, pullback, continuation. That, however, as I said, does not seem that likely at this moment, just because of the sheer intensity of this fall. But I wouldn't dismiss the fact that this could be a pullback. It is possible because we are going back to deep fibs. We're getting back to long-term moving averages. We're getting back to the broken trend line. I mean, those could be reasons for the market to bounce. And anyone who's aggressive might want to even attempt with a small risk, but it is risky. So otherwise, this is, if it's not a break, pullback, continuation after a completed triangle A, B, C, D, E, that's possible, right? A, B, C, D, E completed. We're in an uptrend. Look at the price is above the moving averages. The 21 is above the 144, and the long-term moving averages are above the super long-term moving average of 610. Everything is aligned to the upside. So an uptrend breakout makes sense. And specifically, we had also a triangle pattern here. And if you look at if you squeeze out and put a fib here, price respected the shallow 23.6 fib. So that is, of course, a very shallow pullback. Now, alternatively, if price keeps falling and breaks through the bottom here at 121.77, it could be an A, B, C, D, E. So the triangle is not finished yet. Or it could be an A, basically an A, B, and then a C, D, E, even bigger triangle. So basically what I'm trying to say is that the triangle could be extended. Either we're in a wave E now or even in a wave C. That, of course, goes out of the window and is invalidated if price breaks through the bottom. In that case, 121.30-ish. Then we're looking at a bigger retracement and price could fall back to the 38.2 fib that we had. Let me put back that fib actually from here to here. And it could go back to 120.90, which is the 144 EMA, the previous bottom. And of course the 38.2 fib, and we could see a deeper retracement back to that level, or maybe even the 50 fib, etc. So for the moment, I think a bigger triangle is likely. I mean, I think that an A, B, C, D, E, or maybe even more likely A, B, C, D, E is the most likely variant, also considering the fact that we're at the end of the year, and I think that price will stay in a range and not break that range, either up or down. So I think looking for, in my view, that's looking for bounce trade ideas makes the most sense, either to the upside, of course, is even the best at the near support, near 121.30, or more risky, but even, of course, at resistance for a small move down within that triangle pattern. And in the new year, 2021, somewhere at the beginning of January, I guess, I would expect that breakout to the upside if we see price in a triangle pattern respecting these fibs. Okay, so I think that it will probably fall a little bit more and then make a bounce and then retrace and make a bounce and then bounce like this and keep going in this triangle pattern. Last week's weekly candle, inside candle basically. So if it does break above last week's high, we should see a push to 130, 123.25, and maybe even 124 for an uptrend continuation. And as long as it stays above 119.80, sorry, or 120, I think that generally we're still in the uptrend. That's really it from the euro dollar perspective. Let's move on to the pound USD at this moment. We got a strong upside here, ABC pattern, retesting the previous high. And basically, we did get a bounce here, as I mentioned in the video. We should see a rally up and then, a move up to this zone, or maybe even this zone to close the gap. We got the second one, then we got an ABC down and a continuation higher. So it looks like a bullish ABC pattern, zigzag completed. And now we're looking at a move down again. Some momentum here, followed by a flag and a break. That break already happened, unfortunately, 2 hours ago before I could mention that here. But double top pattern and the lower low, the lower high, the break below the 20-minute zone, all indicating, I think, bearishness. But we're right now at the long-term moving average zone and previous support. So I think, although it could fall a little bit more, I think we'll see it losing steam. And on a 50-minute chart, I suspect that we'll see some type of falling wedge pattern occur like this. So there's still some space for downside, I think, if it retraces maybe back into the 135, 135.25 zone for this falling wedge pattern. Eventually, once the falling wedge is finished, I think the price will make a bullish correction, ABC up, and then make a fall again down to retest the previous support. And I think we could put a fib from this swing to this swing for the moment. And it should fall down to the deeper fibs, in my opinion, around 78 and 88.6 fib zone, which is where there's also bigger head and shoulder support. And generally speaking, this is very volatile with a big range. Look at all these swings. So I wouldn't be surprised if that kind of momentum, if that kind of pattern, I should say, continues. And I would expect to bounce up again at those deep fibs. So this kind of vibe, I expect to continue with the pound. In the bigger picture, though, specifically with the holiday season now at the end of the year also coming up. The bigger picture, though, I do expect a little bit more upside still, maybe up to 137.50 to complete this five-wave pattern, and then I would suspect an ABC pattern down before we see a new swing up. But this is very long-term stuff, okay? So, yeah, more of the long-term stuff in tomorrow's webinar on Tuesday, the 29th of December. We've got a special webinar coming up to take a look at the year 2021. And of course, don't forget to take a look at those sponsorships as well, available through our website providers and sponsorships. That's about it. Wish you all great trading. I'll be back with the webinar on Tuesday and the video on the EUR dollar on Wednesday. Cheers. Bye-bye.